A SNAB, where we aim to make A-level biology as simple as a cell. So today we're understanding how phosphorylation of ATP requires energy and that hydrolysis of ATP provides an immediate supply of energy for biological processes. So why do we need energy? Energy in the body is needed for various important functions, such as building new molecules from the products of digestion during anabolic reactions. And for context, you might have come across anabolic reactions in GCSE, but these are processes where simple molecules are joined together to make larger, more complex ones. And just a quick extra fun fact, catabolic would be the other way around. So it's when large molecules are broken down into simpler molecules. Larger compounds are broken down into more simple molecules. So moving on to the second point. So for movement of substances through processes such as active transport, which is something we definitely would have come across in GCSE, you also need it for muscle contraction, which will be explored in more detail in topic 7. And finally, you also need it for nerve impulses, another big topic you will be exploring in topic 8. So what is ATP? ATP, which also stands for adenosine triphosphate, is a molecule that is used to transfer energy within cells. It is a type of nucleic acid, hence it has a very similar structure to the nucleotides that make up DNA and RNA. Once again, DNA and RNA are topics you will come across in topic 2 and 3. And as it has a phosphate group attached, as shown by the P in ATP, a phosphate group is added to the nucleotide structure, and that is what makes ATP a phosphorylated nucleotide, which basically means a nucleotide with phosphate added to it. So what's the difference between nucleotides and ATP? Very, very important slide, because this is something that does come up as 2 markers or 1 markers. A nucleotide contains a nitrogenous base, a sugar, and a single phosphate group. And ATP contains 3 phosphate groups, giving it the name adenosine triphosphate. So triphosphate literally translates to 3 phosphate groups. So looking at the formation of ATP, so the addition of inorganic phosphate to adenosine diphosphate. So if you notice now, it says diphosphate, which means it has 2 phosphate groups. So the addition of this inorganic phosphate is what results in ATP. So ADP contains 2 phosphate groups, hence the name as explained, and the energy released from the breakdown of glucose gives you phosphorylated ADP. The hydrolysis of ATP releases an inorganic phosphate and a small amount of energy and ADP. This removal of the phosphate group is called dephosphorylation. So the word dephosphorylation literally translates to getting rid of the phosphate group, as shown by the first bit, the prefix D. The hydrolysis of ATP is catalyzed by an enzyme called ATPase. The ADP and the phosphate can join together to form more ATP. So it's just this cycle of ADP being joined to a phosphate group to make ATP, and then the ATP is basically broken down because of hydrolysis to give you energy and ADP. ADP then goes back to become ATP, and then it's a continuous cycle. That's a way to think about it. So yeah, that is all from Professor Snap today. Hope this topic has been useful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you need any further clarification as well, let me know. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.